Book 4 begins with an objection. A Diamantus points out that the guardians don't seem very happy. They have no property, no private families, none of the things people normally seek. How is this the ideal city if the guardians are miserable? Socrates responds that they're creating the happiest city as a whole, not maximizing any particular group's happiness. The guardians aren't there to be happy as individuals, but to serve the city's welfare. And actually, he suggests they will be happy, precisely because they're living justly and virtuously, even without conventional goods. This leads to the identification of the city's virtues. Socrates proposes they search for 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Wisdom is found in the rulers. Not all knowledge is wisdom. The carpenter's knowledge or the farmer's knowledge is specialized, but not wisdom in the full sense. Wisdom is the knowledge of how the whole city should be governed, understanding what's good for each part and for the whole. Only the rulers, through their philosophical education, possess this knowledge. Courage is found in the auxiliaries, but courage isn't mere fearlessness. That could be foolhardiness or ignorance. True courage is the ability to preserve correct judgment about what is and isn't to be feared, even in pain, pleasure, desire, or fear. It's standing firm in the beliefs instilled by education about what deserves fear and what doesn't. Temperance is more complex. It's not located in just one class, but permeates the entire city. Temperance is agreement about who should rule. The rulers rule, and everyone agrees this is proper. It's harmony, everyone playing their appropriate role without conflict. The rulers govern with wisdom, the auxiliaries support them with courage, and the producers accept guidance with self-control. Now, what about justice? They found 3 of the 4 virtues. Where's the 4th? Socrates suggests they've been walking on justice all along. Justice is what made the other virtues possible. Justice is each person doing their own work, the work they're naturally suited for, and not interfering with others' work. When producers produce, auxiliaries guard, and rulers rule, each doing their proper function without meddling in others' roles, that's justice. Justice is specialization according to nature. It's social harmony achieved through everyone performing their appropriate role. Injustice, conversely, is meddling and role confusion. When a producer tries to rule, or a ruler abandons philosophy for business, or an auxiliary becomes a politician, the city becomes disordered. Injustice is interference, trying to do what you're not suited for, disrupting the social order. But remember why they constructed this city, to understand justice in the individual soul. So now comes the crucial move. Socrates argues the soul, like the city, has 3 parts. First, there's the rational part, reason. This is the part that calculates, deliberates, seeks truth, and loves wisdom. It's like the ruler class in the city. Second, there's the spirited part, spirit or thymos in Greek. This is our sense of honor, our anger at injustice, our pride, our drive for recognition and achievement. It's like the auxiliary class in the city. Third, there's the appetitive part, appetite or desire. This seeks bodily pleasures, food, drink, sex, comfort, wealth as a means to these. It's like the producer class in the city. How do we know the soul has 3 distinct parts? From internal conflict. Sometimes we're thirsty but know we shouldn't drink. Reason versus appetite. Sometimes we're angry but think we shouldn't be. Reason versus spirit. Sometimes we want honor but think the pursuit is unwise. Spirit versus reason. These conflicts show the soul isn't unified. Different parts have different aims and can pull in different directions. The three parts are genuinely distinct aspects of the psyche. A classic example: a man named Leontius is walking past where criminals have been executed. Part of him wants to look at the bodies, morbid curiosity and appetite. Part of him is disgusted and thinks he shouldn't. He struggles, but finally looks, and then becomes angry at himself. His spirit is angry at his appetite for overcoming his better judgment. Now, parallel to the city, each part of the soul has a corresponding virtue. Reason's virtue is wisdom, understanding what's truly good. Spirit's virtue is courage, supporting reason's judgments even against fear or desire. Appetite's virtue is temperance, accepting reason's governance. And justice? Justice in the soul is each part doing its own work. When reason rules, spirit supports reason, and appetite is controlled by reason and spirit, the soul is just. The person experiences internal harmony. Their rational part governs, their sense of honor supports what reason identifies as truly honorable, and their physical desires are satisfied in appropriate ways without dominating their life. This is psychological health. The just person has an ordered soul, not torn by conflicting desires, not enslaved to passion or appetite, not uncertain and confused. They know what is good, they feel rightly about it, and they act accordingly. Injustice in the soul is disorder. Perhaps appetite rules, and the person is enslaved to pleasure, constantly seeking satisfaction, but never fulfilled, unable to control their desires. Perhaps spirit rules, and they're dominated by ego and the need for recognition, burning with rage at every slight, pursuing honor at all costs. Or perhaps reason is simply weak, unable to govern, and the soul is chaos. This answers Thrasymachus' challenge from Book 1. Justice isn't just social convention or a tool of the powerful. Justice is psychological health. Being just means having a well-ordered soul, which is intrinsically valuable regardless of external consequences. An unjust person might seem successful, wealthy, powerful, admired, but if their soul is disordered, they're like someone with a grave disease who doesn't realize they're sick. They might feel fine for a while, but they're fundamentally unhealthy. A just person might suffer externally, poverty, rejection, even torture. But if their soul is ordered, reason governing, spirit supporting reason, desires controlled, they maintain internal harmony. And this internal harmony is more valuable than any external good. Socrates drives this home with a series of questions. Is it profitable to be unjust? Only if it's profitable to have a diseased soul. Should we do whatever we want? Only if what we want means what reason identifies as truly good. Is the tyrant who can satisfy every whim happy? Only if satisfying every passing desire produces genuine happiness, which it doesn't. The just person's advantage isn't contingent on rewards or avoiding punishment. It's that justice is health of the soul, and that's intrinsically better than disease of the soul, just as physical health is intrinsically better than sickness. Book 4 completes the first major movement of the Republic. We now have an answer to what is justice, both in the city, each class doing its work, and in the soul, each part doing its work. And we have an answer to why be just, because justice is psychological health, valuable in itself. But this raises deeper questions. How do we know what's truly good? What makes the rulers wise? What is this reason that's supposed to govern? These questions lead to the philosophical heart of the Republic, the theory of forms.